So hi, my name is Josephine. My name is Josephine Tete, and today's message, if this is the very first time you're coming across this platform, um, or you're coming across a video like this, my name is Josephine, like I said before, and the Lord has been using me to put out prophetic messages, prophetic warnings, prophetic intercessions, right? For his people, for them that need to hear it. He wants his mind, his thoughts, and his desires to be heard, right? So, about today, the message that I received from the Lord is about his people that have caused a broad desolation upon the land as a result of their wickedness, right? And the Lord was showing me so in time past, the Lord has given me vivid examples of these nations that He refers to as His land. And Ghana is one of the lands that the Lord vividly expressed to me. And so, if you check my previous videos, you see that most of these messages are targeted to a particular area, a particular group of people in the land, including leaders, prophets in the land, the people in the land, and the punishments and certain things that the Lord is going to bring upon the land as a result of their disobedience and breaking and defiling his covenants with the land, right? And so this particular prophetic message is about God's punishment upon the land, and as a result of the wickedness of the people in the land that has brought desolation, some of which include leaders in the land, pastors in the land, people that have defiled the land and continually done wickedness and evil, siblings rising up against siblings, um, brothers and sisters, neighbors rising against neighbors, and so on and so forth. Wickedness being done over and under the face of the earth, which are as a result of the breaking of the covenant of the Lord upon the land and upon the people of the land, has brought up a lot of desolation, dryness, stillness, emptiness in the land, causing the people in the land to be dispatched and to migrate, be removed from the land. That is his land that he made beautiful, blessed with so many things, so many wonderful and numerous, abundant and great things, which the Lord deposited in his land for the betterment of his people and also for them to continually worship him. Whenever the Lord gives something in abundance to his people, he wants them to live in comfort so they can continually worship him, continually obey his covenants. But the Lord gave these things to his people, yet still they turned their backs against him, broke the covenants, did wicked and detestable things which the Lord frowns upon. Brothers murdering brothers, neighbors killing neighbors, people stealing from people, people claiming and saying that they love God, yet still they do very wicked and evil things. And people begin to wonder, but how do these people continually worship and call the name of the Lord, yet do these things? Clearly and evidently, these people are people who do not love God, because anyone who loves God is someone that always fears and is always ready to make sure that they do not do anything that would displease the Father. That would not displease the Father, right? And so the Lord was talking about certain things that are going to come upon the nations that he allowed to plunder his land. Yes, his own people did very disgusting things that attracted his wrath upon the land, that caused dryness in the land, that caused famine, that caused they spreading out. In my previous message, I remember vividly that by the leading of the Holy Spirit, this word came out whereby I said that the Lord, this one of the punishments on the land was the fact that the very skilled people in the land are going to be taken to foreign places, because these are people that the Lord has blessed the land with to nurture the land, to help the land grow. Whenever the Lord blesses a land with raw materials, blesses the land with things at an unfinished level, he also makes sure that he blesses the land with people that have the knowledge, the ideas, the skills to be able to make that thing profitable to the land. What is dropping into my spirit is about Egypt, right? How Egypt was not a land that had water, but then by the invention of the shaduf, water was being drawn from the Nile River for the benefit of the people in Egypt. So for that reason, the people in Egypt never really lacked water, because there was this invention of the shaduf that was bringing in water and setting things into the land. And these are things that the Lord has blessed the nation Ghana with. He has blessed his nation, first this nation as Judah, a place that he lives, a place of praise, right? A nation that people highly respect, love, and they feel the presence and the love of humanity in this place, because this is where the Lord is. But then again, as a result of the wickedness, the breaking of his covenants and all these things which have caused dryness, things turning upside down, and so on and so forth, right? There are so many things that the Lord has been drawing my attention to about certain things, about the wickedness on the land and the curses that it has attracted on the land. Now causing a place that was filled with praise, that people praise, to become a place of dryness, to become a place where people look at now like, what is happening to these people? What is happening to this land? We once knew these people to be a great nation. We once knew these people to be wonderful, even if not perfect. We know that this place, the hand of the Lord is upon this people, is upon this nation, right? But unfortunately, as a result of wickedness and the breaking of the covenants, has brought a lot of disaster and calamity upon the land, making it dry in every single aspect and area, right? And the Lord also gave me prophetic messages about the fact that certain leaders and certain judgments that are going to come upon these people, because they have enacted evil, instead of them to cater and shepherd the sheep that he has given them to cater for, these people have turned their backs against the sheep and caused the sheep to scatter, like how they have scattered across the globe. Now, giving room to other nations to provide for its people, and these nations are going to make very good use of the skilled personnel that they have taken away from this nation. They have taken away from the nation that the Lord rests, right? But then again, the Lord said he's going to punish these wicked nations that have stolen from his people, from the land that he dwells. He's going to punish these nations that have stolen things from the nation, that have made the nation dry, desolate, stealing and harvesting every goodness of it. What is being shown to me right now is like, what dropped in my spirit is like milking something dry. And the term milking something dry means you are pulling out all the goodness, the richness, the wonderful things out of it, leaving it with nothing, right? And the Lord's talking about the fact that these nations are going to be made desolate. He's going to punish these nations because they have stolen the things from the Lord's people. They have hijacked the inheritance of God's people in their land, and they have invaded the land itself, right? And as I was meditating on this word, one of the nations that quickly came into my mind was the nation of America, right? I don't know why the Lord placed the nation of America in my heart and in my spirit during it, but this is one of the nations that have plundered the land, that have plundered the places that He rests, taking away the goodness, the richness from it, right? Not only that, but right now the Lord is also drawing my attention to the UK, right? The United Kingdom. These are nations that have plundered, stolen, hijacked things from the Lord's nation. After these people even did certain things by bringing His people into their lands, they also taught His people to practice detestable things, worship idols, and so on and so forth. Originally, these people that the Lord allowed to be scattered in those lands, in those wicked nations, was as a result of the people's own wickedness in the land that caused their people to be scattered. So when they got scattered into various lands, they lived there, they grew up there, they gave birth to children there, and their belief system changed, right? Because they were indoctrinated with the belief systems and certain practices and things that were done in these lands, right? And as a result of that, the Lord is also going to punish these lands and these nations, these wicked nations, for indoctrinating the negative things about themselves into the lands, into His chosen people, right? And also, these people that are His children that have been scattered in these nations, these people that have been scattered in these nations of these wicked ones, the Lord said He's going to deliver them back to their original place, where it says that they were coming from before they migrated to these foreign lands. He's going to bring them back to their own lands, and He's going to scatter these wicked nations. And what was being laid in my heart was war, and war about the United States, right? And this war is going to leave the people in the States empty, dry, causing the very natives of that nation to be scattered, just like how, as a result of the wickedness of His people that led them to scatter into other lands, after He delivers His people from those places back to their original lands and their places, He's now going to then scatter these nations all over the place. And like I said, one of the things that dropped in my spirit was about war that would cause a scattering of these people, cause them to scatter around the globe. Just like how in time past, the Lord's people have been scattered all over the place. The people of Israel have been scattered all around the world. Right? What I'm hearing in my spirit right now is regroup. There's going to be like a regrouping of God's people back to the very same place that they were coming from. Back to where they originally migrated from before they scattered all over the place. As a result of wickedness and the seeking of greener pasture because of wickedness that was being done in their own lands. Right? So now, the Lord was talking about the fact that after this thing happens to these lands, these nations, these foreign lands that have caused and brought desolation to His own lands, He's going to make sure that these people are going to surrender to God. surrender to him and his sovereignty and his power, going to cause them to see that he is the Lord and to give themselves to him, surrender themselves to him, right? But the Lord also says that any nation who refuses to obey him, that land will be utterly destroyed. So after all the disaster and chaos that would happen in these lands, through wars, through chaos, through destruction, if these nations do not come to their knees and seek the Lord and surrender themselves to him, they are going to be utterly destroyed to the point where there will be nothing left of them. No descendants, absolutely nothing of them. Everything about them is going to be destroyed. That says the Lord. But as for his people, he's going to pluck them out of these places. He's going to bring them back to where they belong. He's going to bring them back to where they belong. They that have continually said and cried that how this wickedness has consistently been happening, we do not see anything, because the wicked continue to enjoy the things that they have stolen from people. The wicked continually have fun, celebrate, yet nothing is happening to them because they say that there is nothing that God can ever do to them. This is what's going to be their punishment. There's always a punishment for they that turn their backs on God. They that try to plunder and harm his people and steal from his people. And until those people come into total surrender to him, which are these wicked nations, they are going to be left desolate, utterly destroyed, brutalized, leaving their own enemies to attack them.